Before we begin the next segment, I would like to take a moment to thank my boss, Ms. Margaret Heng, Chief Executive of SHATEC, for this truly wonderful opportunity to speak at this occasion. Thank you, boss. This truly means a lot to me. Good afternoon to all graduates, industry partners, families, friends, and of course the SHATEC family. It is really wonderful to see all of you here today. My name is Yu. I was formerly the Senior Director for Student Administration at SHATEC. So for about 11 years, I had the privilege of working alongside all SHATEC students throughout their journey from enrollment to graduation. And one of the most fulfilling parts of my work was managing our scholarships and financial assistance schemes. That was how I came to know the 𝗠𝗵𝗶 Education Fund and its advisory committee members, Mr. DJ Tan and Mr. Daryl Tan. I first met the advisory committee in 2012 at the donation appeal meeting. So that would be a meeting that I would go on to attend every year without fail for the next 11 years. So at that time, SHATEC was still offering our proprietary diploma programs, which were not supported by any form of funding. I still vividly remember the question they asked me at that first meeting. Why are students from low-income families coming to SHATEC when they could go to government institutions and receive more subsidies? My answer was simple. Because everyone deserves a choice. I've always believed that as the first hospitality institution established in Singapore, SHATEC has its own unique value proposition that continues to resonate with many aspiring chefs and hoteliers. Whether it is our strong graduate outcomes, the reputation of our successful alumni, or our deep industry connections, there is something that draws individuals who wish to pursue a career in hospitality to the doorstep of SHATEC. And here at SHATEC, we have always upheld the belief that opportunity should never be limited by circumstances. We will open our doors to anyone with a passion for hospitality, regardless of who they are or where they come from. We are not just a school of hospitality. In so many ways, we have always been a school of hope. And that is why the 𝗠𝗵𝗶 Education Fund is so important to us. Over the years, we have met many students whose circumstances could not always be easily explained on a piece of paper. We once had a student whose parents have separated, each with their own new families, and he was living alone with his elderly grandmother who could neither read nor write. And this student simply had no means whatsoever to produce any supporting documents that can demonstrate his situation. We had another student who actually stopped coming to school because his father, the sole breadwinner for a family of 9, had lost his job and could no longer afford to top up his EZ-Link card. These are not extreme stories. These are very real SHATEC students whose path we have crossed. When SHATEC introduced the WSQ programs, which are supported by SkillsFuture funding, even more students from the lower income households came to us. The 𝗠𝗵𝗶 Education Fund allowed us to support many of them. Over the years, the advisory committee has extended deep trust to SHATEC in the governance of the financial assistance funds. We will never question on the type of documentation submitted by our applicants, but we will always ask, how do you ensure that all our students are aware of the support available? How do our graduates find jobs? Are we doing enough to help? Since 2009, the 𝗠𝗵𝗶 Education Fund has contributed over 1.2 million, supporting nearly 500 scholarships, bursaries, and financial assistance cases at SHATEC. But what they have given goes far beyond financial support. They showed up in person. They frequent our training restaurants. They connected personally with our students, offering encouragement and motivation. During festive seasons, they were always our best customers. Be it roast turkeys, baked hams, moon cakes, log cakes, maybe pineapple tarts. Oh dear. Mr. DJ Tan would personally collect these items and deliver them to all his kakis, proudly promoting our students' work. He liked to call himself our Grab delivery, except on those days where he wore one of his favorite pink tops, then he would be foodpanda. There you go. During the COVID-19 circuit breaker, Mr. DJ was deeply concerned that our students were not getting sufficient practice due to limited training opportunities. He and Daryl stepped forward once again, ordering takeaway meals and organizing catering. I would say quite single-handedly keeping our sapling restaurant open and our production kitchens running with their repeat orders. They have never once complained that our setups were too simple for their guests or that our serviceware was too plain. Instead, they celebrated our students for their efforts, their creativity, their attitude, sharing their pride with everyone around them. And that is why, for so many years, the advisory committee is more than just a valued partner to us. What I am most personally grateful for is their affirmation that our students' dreams matter, that this cause we have undertaken is worth pursuing. However challenging it's going to be, we will do it together. There. There are simply no words that I can find to express how grateful I am for this companionship. My apologies. This year, you are most kind, thank you. This year, 3 of our Meritorious Award recipients are also beneficiaries of the 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝗂𝗁 Scholarship. This is the impact of the fund. You do not just help students get by, you unlock potential and you transform lives. In the year of graduation 2022, SHATEC presented the advisory committee with a 𝗖𝗵𝗶 𝗟𝗄𝗃 as a token of appreciation. There you go, the 𝗖𝗵𝗶 𝗟𝗃. So after the ceremony, Mr. DJ put me aside and asked how much the 𝗟𝗃 cost. Oops. Without much thought, I replied, oh, within budget. We didn't get an expensive one. He looked at me and he said, don't bluff. Afterwards, I realized that he and Daryl had actually checked the price online. What they saw was not the gift itself, but what that amount would have meant for a student in need. Perhaps a month worth of bursary support, perhaps the chance to continue staying in school. And that moment really struck me hard. Really, really hard, because it hit me that in trying to honor them, the gift we chose ultimately did not reflect what the fund truly stands for. So this year, we want to do something different. So with the help of one of our alumni, Casey, darling, where are you? Okay, she's somewhere. All right, anyway, we have an alumni who has been tending our in-house garden at SHATEC. So with her help, we rescued a Vanda hybrid orchid plant that had been discarded by its previous owner. It was not in good condition when we first found it. So the leaves were marked with dark spots. And the roots were all tangled, and it looked like it had been given up and may not even make it past Chinese New Year. But we decided to try anyway. We have been caring for it over the past few months, giving it time, attention, and of course, lots of SHATEC spirit. So we are pleased to report that it is now doing well. We have named it the TCV Glory in honor of the 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝗿 Education Fund. And today, we would like to present this to Mr. DJ and Mr. Daryl Tan with our deepest appreciation. May it continue to flourish under your care like all our graduates have been. At this point, may I invite on stage Ms. Margaret Heng, Chief Executive of SHATEC, and Mr. Loh Lik Peng, Chairman of the SHATEC Board, on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm round of applause to the advisory committee members of the 𝗏𝗏𝗡 Education Fund, Mr. DJ and Mr. Daryl Tan.
You make me cry.
May I also invite all beneficiaries of the 𝗏𝗏𝗡 Education Fund present here today to join us on stage.